So I just realized in working my way through the various Battletech mechs that I enjoy playing, that I want to play, that I'm trying to unlock and play, and uploading these to my YouTube channel here, under the link in this vlog is a link to my blog, other podcasts, other Battletech analysis, other mech reports, battle reports, all that great stuff. I just realized as I'm building up my archive here and sharing my experiences, I haven't reviewed the Locust yet. Now, one of my serious ambitions for this year, I started last year, but I'm really accelerating it full throttle this year, is to become the most feared Locust pilot in the Inner Sphere. There are certain mechs. Look, we all have our favorite mechs in the game. Hopefully one of your favorite mechs is very, very effective or is not specialized where I'm bringing a Vulcan every game because I really enjoy it, but I'm not in City Fight and my opponent has no vehicles and has no infantry, and it's like, okay, there's better mechs. So there's certainly mechs that are very situational. And then there are our favorite mechs where the machine is very quirky. It's very iconic. Growing up with the Unseen, before they were re-seen and before they were the Unseen, in my Battletech DNA, in my Battletech subconscious, there are just certain mechs that when I close my eyes, the flashing colors of those mechs are the Marauder, the Warhammer, the Battlemaster, the Locust, the Crusader, the Wolverine, the Phoenix Hawk, the Wasp, the Valkyrie, all these amazing mechs out there. So somehow on a tabletop level that I can push around a Locust, it's very interesting. So how do we utilize this machine on here? I've played with the stock variant, the medium laser and the machine guns. The first thing I realized was, now I realized on a light mech, I'm not going to be bringing multiple weapons platforms, 2 or 3, or it's not like I'm playing the Grasshopper, or Locust and Grasshopper. They're both kind of bugs, and I guess they look kind of similar depending on your perspective. Normally what I like to have is multiple weapons of the same type or multiple weapons in the same range band, so this way we have built-in redundancy. Because remember, in Battletech, those of you who are new to this amazing game, there is this interaction between you and I, mech commanders, of modifying our hit rolls. So I'm going to start at, say, gunnery skill base 4. I can control it as best I can in terms of movement. Do I walk or run? That's going to be +1 or +2. I try to control range, where I want to get closer to you. So that cuts down on +0, +2, +4. I'm trying to pull my modifiers down. I'm trying to get you out of cover. Likewise, you're trying to position your mech where you're stacking cover, you're stacking range. You want me to be at 10s, 11s, and 12s rather than, 4s, 5s, and 6s to hit you. So there's this constant battle back and forth. If I have redundant multiple weapons, that means if I shoot 3 things, on average, 1 will hit. If I'm pretty lucky, 2 will hit. If the gods are with me, the dice gods are with me, I'll hit with all 3. The Locust is a light mech. You got 1 pop shot on the medium laser. And a medium laser is pretty good. It's not that it's a small laser. I have 1 shot. And I'm always going to be running because it's a light mech. I need to, even if I'm running around circles, I need to keep that. And I'm going to want to try and dance at medium range. So I just don't have the redundancy to hit with that medium laser. Now, the counter to that, of course, is to, and this is not really related to the Locust per se, is to, what's the light mech? Is it the Hussar with the large laser? Or we look at the Panther. I always confuse the Panther and the Puma. Whatever the Kurita light mech is with the PPC. Where if you're going to be a one-shot wonder, you make it 10 points. You make it significant damage where your opponent's like, okay, look, chances of Fritz hitting me are small, but I don't want to eat that PPC on the light mech, especially if it's fast and it's taking on another light mech or kind of moving in a similar situation on there. So the medium laser doesn't do that. Then we have the machine guns, which I find they're really not going to work that well, because as the machine gun, with the machine guns, I find that I wasn't using them as much, because if I get close, for what damage really, And if I'm getting that close, even if I can stack movement modifiers, I haven't stacked range modifiers on you. If I'm using the machine guns against vehicles and infantry, I'm going to tear up infantry, but a big infantry stand or two, infantry tend to not really work alone. You know, there's 2 or 3 stands. There's maybe a goblin or a support vehicle on there. I get close enough to use the machine guns. I'll chew up and maybe remove one of your infantry stands, but then you're just going to unload everything on me and I'm going to be in trouble. So it's almost like the Locust is just running around with one medium laser. That's why I believe the variant, I don't remember the number designation offhand, but it has the medium laser and the 2 SRM packs on there. That gives it some bite at close range. That gives it the ability to fish for crits. That gives it the ability when facing against rear armor. Works really, really well. So tactically on the tabletop, I am using primarily the Locust in my long-range missile list. I am using it mainly to spot. So it has the speed. It has the weaponry that if you try to engage it as it's running away, it at least can take some shots. And essentially I can really, if we're on a big hex map or a big gaming table, I can move all the way out to the sides and easily flank across, spot you from a lot of different ways, and possibly get to the back. I run them in Locust packs. I find more than ever with the Locust for the battle value, if I take 3, now this scales up, like all my lances, I try to take 3. If I have more battle value, I'll take 4. I'll take 5. It caps out at between 6 and 8. 6 and 8 Locusts running away from you, then getting rear or side armor on a mech or surrounding a mech and kicking you and firing off medium lasers and SRM packs. It's I was going to say a wolf pack, but like a bug pack or something on there. Certainly it doesn't need to be that focused. But the Locust as a recon mech, the Locust as a rear engagement type mech or a spotter. By rear engagement, I mean trying to go after light vehicles, LRM carriers that might be in the back, or other low armor value vehicles that have range that want to hang back there. You don't want to peel off parts of your main lance to move there, so you kind of send in a Locust to do it. Can it be taken seriously? Well, certainly there are better mechs, but it works. It's a lot of fun to play, and I find in that capacity, combined with certain other elements, it works very, very well.